Do some Rodney Dangerfield jokes, right? You guys, what am I sweating for? It's my show. I got the job. I gotta tell you guys, we were so poor growing up. On our Christmas tree, we had no tinsel. We used to wait for Grandpa to sneeze. That's a funny line. Don't give me that bullshit. I get no respect, okay? I bought rat poison. The clerk said, shall I wrap it up or do you want to eat it here? So wait a minute. You can't know who to believe anymore. They say love thy neighbor as thyself. What am I supposed to do? Jerk him off too? Does this help or hurt? I don't know. First time I had sex, I was so scared. Man, I was scared. I was all alone. You guys are a really classy crowd, you know? You know what real class is? When you're alone, you fart, you say, excuse me. That's class. That's class. You want to talk about trouble? I got no luck with doctors. My psychiatrist told me I'm going crazy. He said, I want a second opinion. She said, all right, you're ugly too. Lay on the couch, back down. All right, y'all. Something borrowed. That was Rodney Dangerfield.
And I think ILIZA Schlesinger explained it best in her Netflix special, Unveiled. So this is a bit from her, which I freaked out earlier today and DM'd her for permission. So she gave me permission. Let's talk about the day of. What happened on the day of your wedding, girls? You woke up early. Oh, I just want to greet the sun. You got up at like 6 when your dad gets up. Ugh. What did you meditate? I just want to be centered. You worked out like it mattered. It doesn't. It doesn't matter. You're not going to lose any weight at the buzzer. What did you do? You did your nails, you did a workout, you got your makeup done, and a massage, and a colonic, and a hyperbaric chamber, and a hyperbolic chamber. Oh my God, amazing. You got a situation room, and a silence cone, and a shame corner, and a Reiki healing. You went ghost hunting. You did all of this stuff. What did husband do on his wedding day? He woke up like, whenever. He went out to eat with his buddies. Something tasty. Doesn't matter if I'm fat, because I'm a funny guy. Who cares if this is bloated, right, guys? Then he went and he got a haircut on the day of the wedding. Are you kidding me? What faith do you have in this barber? He went out, had a drink, went home, jerked off, took a dump. Who says you can't lose weight on the day of? Probably about 500 grams, right, guys? He took a nap, woke up to an alarm labeled "Wedding for You?" ? He barely made it.
Okay, something borrowed. This might be just funny for me. Years ago, a decade ago, when I first moved to LA and started doing comedy, there was this one guy who would show up at open mics as a character called HARV Hollywood. And he would have, I don't have the props, but he would have like glasses, a mustache, like a loosened tie, and a clipboard. And he was scouting, he was casting for movies. So here's my HARV Hollywood. Oh wait, I need my clipboard. HARV Hollywood here, ready to cast the next star of the silver screen. I'm looking for someone who can play the little girl from Jumanji if she went to a hotel dressed as an orangutan. The movie is called Kirsten Dunstan Checks In. There's a lot of that. And so I apologize if I'm the only one that laughs at this, but it's funny to me. I'm looking for a rock opera starring a tap dancing extraordinaire. The movie is called Fred, A Stairway to Heaven. I'm looking for the witch from Hocus Pocus if she actually, I don't know how to make this one a joke. The movie is called Bette Midler on a Roof. The last one. I'm looking for the mom from Mrs. Doubtfire. I'm looking to cast the mom from Mrs. Doubtfire if she built a baseball diamond. The movie is called Sally Field of Dreams.
God.
All right, that's it.
And here's my something borrowed, because I really liked this tweet. Speaking of all the rats fleeing the White House, I'll read it for you. I'm proud of my time as a Manson family member, but after Charlie's actions today, carving a swastika into his head, I've given my notice. There is no mistaking the impact this rhetoric has made on the situation, and it is an inflection point for me. I will miss doing murders. That's statement for you guys. That's my something borrowed. Follow him on Twitter.
My favorite McDonald's joke comes from John Mulaney. I don't know if you guys have heard this one. My dad was driving, going down the highway in our white van with wood around the side. Because you remember when you wanted your car to be made of wood? You remember that? We're all like, how much wood can we get on this car without it catching on fire? Big announcement. We're here at the Plymouth Chrysler. Can put a saucy stripe of wood safely on the outside of your car for all those times you looked at your minivan and thought, it needs a belt. So we're going on the highway, and we've been on the road for 3 hours, and in the distance we see a McDonald's. We see the golden arches, and we got so excited. We started cheering. We started chanting, McDonald's, 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 McDonald's. And my dad went into the drive-thru, and we started cheering. And then he ordered one black coffee for himself. And kept crying. And as you know, as mad as it made me as a little kid, in retrospect, that was the funniest thing I think I've ever seen in my entire life. How perfect is that? He had a van load of little kids, and he got a black coffee. The one thing from McDonald's that no kid could enjoy. Dad is cold-blooded. He once hushed a kid during a Lion King on Broadway. That actually happened. We were at the Lion King on Broadway, and there was a 5-year-old behind us saying, "Look, it's Pumbaa. Look, it's Timon." And my dad turned around and said, "Are you going to talk the entire time?" He's angry. That was John Mulaney.
But I didn't have like comedians necessarily that I thought were my reasons for getting into comedy. But I did meet one woman one time at a diner, and my brother was there as well. So was our papa and our mama. We always just talk about them in bed. At this point, that's just a private joke between me and my brother. Possibly Anna will add this to her Pinterest board, and at least maybe Michele has a spite Pinterest board. But anyway, we're at this diner. It's in New Jersey, in Westwood, New Jersey, for anybody who cares. And it was like, you know, in the old days when diners were packed. Okay, so we're sitting at a 4-top table, our family, and then the hostess comes over with 2 women who, Anna's your sister, hilarious. Okay, so, papa. So anyway, these 2 women come over with the hostess, and they're going to be seated right next to our family. And because the diner is so crowded, as the women are sitting down, one of the women looks at me as she's sitting down and she says, "Sorry, we're late." You guys didn't laugh. And I knew that that would happen because at this point I've been doing comedy so long that I know that that's the case. But I gotta tell you, in the moment, it was the absolute funniest thing in the world because it was a crowded diner and she like pretended that we had a relationship, which we didn't have. And so forever, when people would ask me, "Who's your favorite comedian?" they would expect I was going to say, you know, Joan Rivers, Amy Schumer, Mike Birbiglia, John Mulaney. And I'm like, listen, they all got nothing on this one woman from 1991 at the Westwood Diner.